This is a salmon spawning stream. It's in Portage Valley, and come another few weeks we'll have reds, pinks, chums. We'll have all kinds of salmon in here. Right now there's probably some trout or dolly varden or something living in there, but you rarely see them unless the salmon are around, and then you'll see them. Also at night, this is a place to come and see bats flying around. Yes, there are little brown bats even in Alaska. Okay, cooking up some sausages. Yeah, sausage for lunch, why not? Sausage and other things. But cast iron pans are great when you're out camping. If you can cook over open fires, on regular fires, on little stoves, whatever you want to cook on. It's pretty hard to hurt a cast iron skillet. So if you're not backpacking, if you're driving to where you're camping, cast iron is the way to go. Okay, another view of Portage Lake, only now the vast majority of the lake ice is gone. So now we have a lake instead of a sheet of ice. Still cold though. The reason there's all that snow there is there's glaciers underneath that snow. So. And back that way is Byron Glacier. And back that way is Portage Glacier, but that's not Portage Glacier. You see Portage Glacier's around the corner. Just another view of Portage Valley where I'm camping. The trees here they're just now starting to get buds. See if we can show. So it's just now starting. So it's not quite spring here. It still gets really cold at night. So there you go. One of many little streams throughout Portage Valley. That back there is just a little valley that heads up to a glacier. I don't even know the glacier's name. Not headed that way today. It's way too flooded to try to walk through that today. A lot of snow melt. It's a warm day, almost 6 degrees Fahrenheit. So what, maybe 14 Celsius? So anyways. Just the mountains along Portage Valley, near this small lake, pond, whatever you want to call it. There's obviously a beaver that lives in here. We find lots of wood that's been chewed up by a beaver. And there's my dog trying to find the perfect stick. Usually the perfect stick is underwater somewhere, and she saves it from the water. Where'd she go? Oh, she disappeared in the bushes. There she goes. She's looking to find something. Oh, found another lucky stick. Oh, the dogs found the snow. Yes, there's still snow. It's, I don't know, May 22nd, May 21st, May 21st. Yeah, there's still snow. And I'm not in the mountains. I am maybe 100 feet above sea level. The ocean's not that far away. They're just kind of playing in the snow. See, this is the life. Relaxing in your camping chair and enjoying the day and the weather. Because every dog deserves her share. Just at another salmon stream near some rapids. Said the salmon won't be here for like 6 weeks yet, but it's a lovely view. And I like the sound of the water. Okay, this is a beaver dam, and it's new. It was not here last year. So there's been a busy little beaver working on his beaver dam. Haven't seen the beaver, but we'll look for him. And He's done a nice job of building a dam, and he's going to have a house in a beautiful scenic area. And here we have evidence of where the beaver's been getting his raw materials to build the dam. This is all chew marks from a beaver. Apparently I'm shading stuff. But the beaver's been very busy chewing down branches to make his beaver dam, which is just about 25-30 feet away. So there's the beaver dam. You can see it right there. It's been a busy little beaver. And more bushes that he's cut through. I might imagine that there's still quite a bit of snow here when he was working on these trees, because there's the only reason why he would chew them off so far up. Okay, here I am between two lakes. The difference between those mountains all covered with snow is they have glaciers under them, so they melt the snow melts very slowly, whereas this mountain has no glacier on it. And we come around, and then the other lake. And out there we have a beaver's lodge, and just a lovely lake. It's time for campfire and cooking. You can boil water or cook bratwurst, hamburgers, hot dogs, burritos, anything you want. Nice burrito fire pit. A little bit pricey, but definitely worth it if you spend a lot of time out burning wood, camping and cooking. Once again, not if you're backpacking. Just another view of the area. This is Portage Valley. I imagine all these mountains probably have names, but I don't know what they are. And I literally am right next to the highway, so there's a lot of beautiful scenery and places to hike, even without having to go deep into the wilderness. However, to be fair, just remember, as soon as you step out and start walking around here, there is the danger of bear and moose and other big animals. Here we are just walking across a bridge in the wilderness. This is Chugach National Forest, by the way. It's Portage Valley, but that's part of Chugach National Forest. And for those of you who want to know, Chugach National Forest is about the size of the state of New Jersey, so it's enormous. It takes a better part of 6-7 hours to drive from one side to the other side on the highway, so it is a big national forest. And amongst the trail system back here in Portage Valley, you have this bridge. We're going to walk all the way to the other end just to show you and here we go. We've made it to the other end of the bridge. Just another of the salmon streams here in Portage Valley, Chugach National Forest. You can swing around this way, see the mountain. Yes. And down this side. So this trail is actually called the Trail of Blue Ice, and it's about 5 miles long. It starts out way down near the highway and goes all the way down to the Portage Valley Visitor Center. That's the normal trail. However, Over here we have a secondary trail, just a game trail. You really are bushwhacking when you walk through there. That goes back into a valley back there. Excellent place to go find berries in the fall. Not many people will go back there. It's also a high black bear area. And of course, moose. There are moose in the area. Okay, so this is the tunnel to Whittier. 2.5 miles one way, alternates every half hour. And there's also a train that goes through there. So loads of fun for everyone. Whittier is a very common port of call for cruise ships, and I can't imagine how many people fit on that cruise ship. Things probably has more people than the entire city of Whittier by about tenfold. Okay, so that's Whittier back there. Really nothing there, it's really just a port, and it's a railroad depot. It's a deep water port, so a lot of ships come in here for cargo. And I am actually standing, let me just pan around this way. See the mountains? My barky dog. And obviously there's a glacier there. You can see by how much more snow is there. You can see the face of the glacier. And here we go, turning in towards the bay. And this is a big salmon run in a few weeks. There'll be wall-to-wall people here fishing for salmon because they come right out of the ocean. And in saltwater, there's different rules than in freshwater. So at high tide, you can do quite a lot of fishing here. And then there's a salmon stream right up ahead. We'll go check that out in a little bit. People say the water in the Bahamas is crystal clear. This water's as clear as it can get. You can see right down into it. And it's probably about 32 degrees, 33 degrees, like 1 centigrade. It's very cold water. It's coming right out of glacial and snowmelt. Okay, I don't know the name of this creek, but it's a major salmon stream in another few weeks. And as you see, there's snow right down to the creek. And we are maybe 10 feet above sea level. I don't know. The ocean is right down that way. As you can see the ocean coming into view. So there's sea level, and here's the snow on May 22nd. Still. And a little close up of the waterfalls. I love waterfalls. Here we are just at another stream. This is also a salmon stream, headed to the ocean. And now we may be a whole 50 feet above sea level, and yes, we're still in snow on May 22nd. There are lots of bears and other wildlife in this area because it's filled with water, berries, salmon, all kinds of things for everything to eat. In fact, right in front of me are berry bushes that are starting to flower. And honestly, until the berries come out, I'm not sure what kind of berries these are. But once the berries come out, I'll know what they are. Okay, this is Whittier from the other side. So we're at the very end of the bay here. Looking out, and that heads out towards open ocean out that way. But once again, there's that cruise ship, and behind it is Whittier. So that's it. Here we are, still in Whittier, trying to keep the dog quiet while I film. The lovely mountains and all that snow melt rushing down the ocean. So no shortage of fresh water here. And as we turn around, oh, there we go, open ocean. And once again, we'll continue all the way around. And here's the cruise ship for point of reference, and that's Whittier behind it. Yes, the cruise ship is bigger than Whittier. Okay, it's probably not a clear video because the ship's a long way off. But that's an Alaskan ferry headed to the ferry terminal here in Whittier. To show how far off it is for me. And who knows, so. But yeah, that's an Alaskan ferry. And it's gonna make its way into Whittier. And boy, I just hit, there we go. That looks like a decent picture. But he's headed to the ferry terminal, which is right over there. You see that green roof? That's the ferry terminal, actually. So he's headed into there. And that goes all the way down to Southeast Alaska. For all I know, he might have left Valdez earlier. This is a good place to, if you want to go from Anchorage to Valdez. It's kind of nice to come down to Whittier, get on the ferry, and take the ferry to Valdez rather than driving around. And then when you get there, you take your car with you because it's a ferry, and you drive from Valdez back to Anchorage, so you don't have to backtrack. It makes for a nice trip. Okay, here we have a crow. There are crows in Whittier, but there are not crows in Portage. There are crows in Girdwood, which is between Portage and Anchorage, but there are no crows in Portage or in Anchorage. So, but they are in Whittier. Mostly Anchorage has ravens, but no crows. Here we are at another stream flowing into the ocean at Whittier. As I said, if you go thirsty in Alaska, you're trying to die of thirst because there's more water than you know what to do with here. And of course, the dogs are getting their water. I would like to note, this is Willow. Willow is not my dog. Willow is a rescue dog that I am taking care of till she can find a forever home. I work with Alaska Dog and Puppy Rescue, and I take in dogs that need homes until they can find forever homes. That's how we got Cricket, my big dog. Wow, yet another salmon stream in Whittier. Imagine that. That's just a dog to play with my dog. They're gonna run around and play. Anyways, once around, we'll pull around again, and there's that cruise ship. I imagine he's waiting for high tide to sail. That'd be my guess. Oops, sorry about that. But, so. And there we go, the open ocean. But this salmon stream here, come a couple months, will be packed with salmon. Literally, if they would stay still, you could walk across them. It'll be wall to wall or bank to bank salmon here in a couple months. Just more beautiful scenery in Whittier. There's no shortage of scenery. And a construction vehicle driving down the road. Like I said, you can see lots of scenery and explore lots of areas and never have to go into the real wilderness. Although I do go into the real wilderness quite often. But I like to take the short trips too, take the dogs around. Okay, so now this is the Whittier side. Now when you're coming from Whittier to Portage, you go through on the hour. When you're going from Portage to Whittier, you go through on the half hour. Just in case anyone needs to know that. So we're waiting, it's almost the top of the hour, so the tunnel should be open for us pretty soon. All the cars from the other side should be through by now. But even here just waiting to go through a tunnel, you have lots of scenery. See, obviously there's a glacier there. You can see by the snowfield up there. And we'll come around the other way here. And up that hill there is Portage Pass. Not that lower valley there, but the upper valley there, that is Portage Pass. And you hike over that and you get to Portage also, but it's a long hike. And that just gets you to the lake, and then you gotta have a boat if you want to go farther.